Hola, hola, muy buenos dias, continuous liners. Hola, hola. Hi, this is Meagan coming to you live from the streets of San Miguel de Allende. Aquí con mi libro de línea continua. Sí, es un corazón, es un ojo, es un mano. Heart, eye, mano. But also, this is your crown chakra. Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. Hello, DQ. I'm here in front of the parroquia, and I forgot my phone stand, so I'm teetering my phone on my helmet. It works, right? Except I can't plug my microphone in, so I hope you can hear me okay. Anyways, there's always some sort of glitch, right, in the matrix, as they say. So I'm here on the Jardín. I just got my beautiful latte delivered. It's got a corazón in it. It's got a heart in there. I love that. I can't tilt it too much, otherwise I'm going to spill it all over the place. Oh my God, it's super hot. All right, I've got my ballpoint pen and I've got my copy paper in my personally bound drawing warm-up book there, right? And so let me get to a fresh page here. So here it is, Thursday morning, and I'm a little bit high because last night was I was invited to teach at the USK Jacksonville, Florida. There's Connie, there's Vaughn, there's Tasha. You guys were all there last night. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Honestly, I am still a little high from the whole thing. So yeah, I was invited to teach my continuous line urban sketching, right? I don't always call it that, but that's basically what I do. Only because urban sketching can sometimes freak people out because it's intense. It's intense. Urban sketching is intense. Manifesto. But it is continuous line drawing that I teach, and oftentimes I'm out urban sketching, right? And so I was invited to teach it with the USK Jacksonville, Florida, and I had such a great time. Hour and a half. I'm going to start doing my lines here. I can't tilt my phone or else the whole operation could go bust. Polly, you were there last night too. Thank you. I just am so honored that so many people who, they're taking classes with me here with the continuous line fundamentals and they're part of the continuous line storytelling group, and they showed up at the class last night. So I was really, really, really touched by that, honestly, because I thought it was just one, because I was teaching and they made me host, so I had to keep control of, if someone wanted in. I just had to control the whole meeting because, well, that's how I roll. And but because of my visuals with not only photos but overhead camera. So I didn't know that there was pages of people there. I just saw the one Zoom rooms, but there was actually a few pages of people, and I'm like, and I didn't realize that actually until this morning when I was looking through everything. I was like, oh my God, look how many people were there, right? So I'm very, very delighted. Delighted isn't even. Someone's roasting peppers. You know how the skin's burning? It attacks your throat. But this is the price you pay when you live in Mexico. There's the smells of the morning, roasting peppers. You can smell tortillas being made, not necessarily here on the Jardín, but someone is roasting peppers here. The trucks pulling in, unloading to the restaurants, the sweeping is probably one of my favorite things because oftentimes the brooms are made of branches, so the sound of the branches on the concrete, shh, 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 shh. I love it. It's not that plastic, right? Plastic is different. There's no life in plastic, right? There's life in branches. So, yeah, I love the sounds of Mexico in the morning, and oftentimes that means, that means church bells and nuns running through the street because they're late for their appointment. Or are they? No, the nuns running through the street don't really make a noise. Unless they get hit by something, then they would probably make a noise. What in the world am I talking about? Nuns getting hit? You do see a fair number of nuns around here. Is that one? No, that's not a nun. Out of the corner of my eye, I thought, oh, is that a nun? You do see a fair amount of nuns in their full, oh my gosh, I'm totally forgetting the name, because it's not a robe, it's a, what are the garments that they wear? You see a lot of that, and honestly, like even in Mexico City, I can't say I saw a lot of that. And in the United States, I never saw that, right? Nuns are not on the run in the United States. They are here in Mexico. And they're probably dwindling in numbers, right? Just like the whole church is. Okay, how did I get on this subject? Oh, maybe because I'm sitting here in front of the church, and the things that you see and experience in the morning. The mornings in Mexico, honestly, mornings anywhere are my favorite, right? And to get a beautiful latte and to do some drawing warm-ups and yum, yum, yum. And just to, have the opportunity to be alive another day and to make art and to do whatever else is you have to do, right? Like I'm going to Mexico City tomorrow because I have a workshop. So I have to do all that, right? Prepare. And I love that. It's not hard work. I'm preparing for my next workshop. And lots to do there. And I also work for the farm. And so lots to do there before I hit the road, which I will tomorrow morning. So it's an honor and a privilege to be able to make art, right? I don't take it for granted. Every morning I wake up, I do my sunrise salutations on my rooftop, and I really do. I give thanks for the opportunity to be alive again, to wake up to another beautiful day. Well, it's always a beautiful day here in Mexico, in San Miguel. Rarely are they ugly days. I mean, there used to be a rain season here. I don't know if we have rain anymore in Mexico, but so they are beautiful days, endless beautiful days, well, it's starting to get warm, but like right now it's 70 degrees, right? That couldn't be more delightful. Got to have a little scarf around the neck. And I rode my moto, so I got to keep my neck protected. And my head, I got my helmet. I will never ride my bike without my helmet. But honestly, if something, that may or may not save me, right? I do what I can to keep it safe on the moto. Take back streets and, but I understand the odds are, it's a dangerous thing. What am I talking about? Oh, I'm giving thanks. I'm giving thanks for the opportunity to be alive another day, the opportunity to draw with my people, to sit here in the Jardín, have a beautiful latte, do my drawing warm-ups as I'm live streaming with you all. And I don't know if you all caught this, but last night I announced that May is going to be continuous line selfies. What? It's honestly one of the hardest things, and it'll bring you to tears, but it's really such a no, it won't bring you to tears. I mean, it could, right? Drawing oneself is kind of an emotional thing, and I know there's people like, oh, no, I don't draw myself. They see it as being like selfish, or like you're trying to be like an influencer, right? Just always taking pictures of yourself. I understand that, that feeling of it feeling inappropriate, like calling attention to yourself needlessly, but I'm here to tell you it's a-okay, and it's actually a super good practice to not only draw oneself, but to draw oneself in a continuous line. I mean, my God. And it can be super quick too, right? It doesn't have to be like a 30-minute drawing. It can honestly be like a 5-minute drawing, especially when you're talking about continuous line. And the thing that I focus on, like the last time I did it, I had a coffee in my hand, right? It was actually part of the coffee sketch. So, for example, this would be a good place to start. Look at this. Foreground. I can't tilt it too much. There we go. Foreground, coffee, hand. Oh, into hair, head, glasses. Oh, into church right there. See that? So that could just be a few lines of like coffee cup. You don't even have to do the hand, right? Maybe a thumb. I don't know. You don't even have, it's up to you. You don't have to do anything. I'm just describing the idea behind a continuous line selfie. In foreground, my mug, this mug is foreground, this mug is middle ground, and the church is background, right? Because my phone is propped up to my helmet, for the people that are walking by here, it looks like I'm having a full-on conversation with my helmet, and I'm okay with that, right? Like, I'm okay with having conversations with my helmet, with my motorbike. I think unless and until I get a dog, I'm just going to continue to talk to inanimate objects. It's a lot easier than people. I mean, let's be honest. Although right after the class last night, I did go to a fabulous party. My friend Sharon Whitham, our friend, she's printmaker, artist extraordinaire. She and Frederico and a few others had a joint birthday party, and honestly, after living in Mexico City where I never went to any parties, I went to one party once and it freaked me out because everyone was smoking and the windows were all closed. And as someone living in Mexico, windows should always be open, right? Always. And then no one should be smoking. So the fact that people were smoking and windows were closed, I was like, I'm out of here, man. I can't deal with this, right? So that was my one party I went to in Mexico City. So last night went to a party, and you know, it's kind of like the beautiful thing about San Miguel. There's a lot of socializing here, right? A lot of folks are at that stage in their lives where they're doing things that are important to them. Maybe they're not working, maybe they're retired, maybe they're working on their art, doing the things that now they have the time to do that maybe they didn't have when they were younger, right? And so San Miguel, love it or hate it, it's a beautiful thing, and like to be invited to the party, and there was music and taco truck and everyone was dancing, and yeah, it was just really nice to have that sort of social interaction. I'm someone who doesn't really like that sort of thing, right? Like honestly, I remember at one point going, oh, I wish I was at home. In my pajamas, right? But I think it's important to try to have some social activity. I can't just be talking to my phone and to my helmet and my motorbike and no people, right? Or can I? Yeah, honestly, the whole COVID thing has changed me because I used to be not necessarily like total extrovert, but I was a lot more extroverted than I am now. And these bunker years have affected me. I really honestly, and I've heard others say this too, it's like, sometimes it's just nice to be at home and nice to go home, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing, right? Like to have the privilege of having a nice home to go to, or a peaceful home. My little apartment is very peaceful, and I'm totally grateful for that, having a peaceful place to rest my head and to think of new thoughts, and you know, just I'm very grateful to have a place that inspires me to make art. I had to install some lights and stuff because the apartment is a little dark. I don't know if it's officially worked. I used the lights in the class last night, but truth is it got dark during the class. So then, I mean, I noticed a lot of Zoom rooms were dark because it's dark. It's night. So I'm going to test out my new lights in my fundamentals class today and see how it goes, right? I think it's important to have a good and well-lit Zoom room. But I teach on Zoom, and that's an important priority, right? To have a well-lit Zoom room. So I'll continue. How did I get in my Zoom room? Oh, I was talking about gratitude. Oh, and having a quiet place to be, right? Sometimes a little too quiet. Like I said, I need to get a dog. I'm going to work on that, but after my travels, right? I am going to Mexico City. Workshop starts next week. Sketch Mexico City. I have a fabulous agenda. It's a new agenda, going to some new I mean, I've been to all the locations, but I've never taken a workshop on these locations, so I'm pretty excited, right? So I'm going to finish big with a heart as a reminder to go easy on myself and easy on others. Everyone is, you know, is everyone struggling? I don't know. I guess that's relative. Is everyone stressed out? Probably. There's a lot of things to a lot of worrisome things, right? But it's all relative, right? I feel like if I stay true to my practice and I take time to draw and I take time to ground myself and I take time to take good care, to eat right, to exercise, to breathe and all that, I feel like if I do all these things, including drawing, I'm a little bit better equipped for the bad news that's out there in the world, right? And there's a lot of bad news. I mean, it's life. There's always, if you look hard enough, you'll always find bad news, right? But it just seems like politically and climate-wise and socially, and I mean, the thing that really irks me is women's women's reproductive rights, how they're really just being so demolished, and I just can't believe that in the United States of America women are being stripped of all their rights, right? So that irks me. I'm not going to go off on that too much, but I feel if I take care of myself, I get grounded, I keep breathing, I do the things that make me feel solid and sovereign, it helps me to be able to manage and handle the stress of the day and to make better decisions that will, behoove me, as opposed to making decisions in a moment of chaos, right? Which I think we've all made decisions in chaotic times and, maybe not the best of outcomes, right? So if you get yourself grounded, you get yourself level-headed and feeling okay, it's a little bit easier to maneuver in these crazy days, right? So here we go. Kind of like a whale, isn't it? Finishing big with a heart, to remember to go easy on myself, easy on others. Take time to make your art, take time to draw, take time to tell your stories, because honestly, I feel like drawing is one of the best medicines for chaotic times, right? Because it's a time to just sort of like go within and get centered and follow your line, right? And it doesn't have to be a line, it can be your brush stroke or whatever. I happen to really enjoy the lines, but I really feel like this practice helps art mediums across the board. Printmaking, direct watercolor, even cutting, right? Cutting with scissors. Ice cream guys here. Who's that? That's probably the potato chip guy. All right, everyone. Heading into the weekend, I'm on my way to Mexico City, and so for the next week, it'll be all Mexico City stuff. Actually, I'm there for like 10 days, so I'll be broadcasting my classes from Mexico City, and May starts the Continuous Line Selfie Challenge, so get your motor revving, get yourself a practice sketchbook of just copy paper and ballpoint pen, and I'm so honored and proud and delighted and of like the people that are showing up to this group and my continuous line storytelling group and the fundamentals and the group last night, right? It was super cool. So hee-haw to you all, and keep telling your stories, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.